Good morning. I woke up at 6 a.m. It's 7:43 a.m. now. Checked my Instagram. I'm so happy. Checked my Instagram. I hit 1K. I hit 1K, dude. I hit 1K. So I obviously have to make it look based off hitting 1K. I'm so happy.
Okay guys, for the rest of the video I'm going to be doing a voiceover. So I already prepped my skin with rose water, which if you don't know, I use to balance the pH levels in my skin, reduce redness. I was having a really bad skin day this day. I'm also putting on moisturizer. I believe it's the Pond's moisturizer to keep my skin hydrated underneath all the cake face we're going to be putting on because I like to bake, but I have really dry skin, so it's so important to moisturize. Whether you're oily or dry, it's so important to moisturize, so please do it. I would have used a serum or a face oil if I had any. I just ran out of most of my face products, and I'm a little bit broke right now, so that's all I can do. Now moving on to my brows. I do my brows first. I brush my brow hairs up and then fill them in with the e.l.f. gel and powder duo. I do my brows first so I can carve them out with concealer and do my eyeshadow first, which I love to do my eyeshadow first because fallout, I can clean up edges easier. Next, I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape. I use Fair, and I'm using this to carve out my brows and also use it as an eyeshadow base because using an eyeshadow base with pressed pigments, which I'm about to do, makes the eyeshadow pop even more, and I love the way it looks. Next, I'm taking that hot pink shade and the Take Me Back to Brazil palette and patting this into the crease and outer V. Make sure you're patting the shadows down before you blend, and to use transition shades when you are working with a concealer base. It will really make the pigments pop more. And make sure that you understand that concealer is going to blend the eyeshadow a little bit, so layering is really important while doing your eyeshadow with this tactic. Next, I'm taking a really hot pink shade and using this in the crease to make sure the pink really pops. I want it to be hot pink. And then taking a warm purple shade to deepen up the crease. And after I deepen up the crease, I'm taking a baby wipe and making sure that everything has perfect lines. Next, I'm taking this deeper, more cool toned purple out of the palette and using this to deepen my crease even further. But I did notice with this shade that there's a little bit patchiness. I think that if I laid this shade on top of a wet base, it would have applied a lot better than it did over this powdery base I had. Now I'm going back into my Shape Tape and using this to cut the crease. I'm going for a half cut crease with the top part to come out a little bit further. Now I'm going into the shades that we used in the crease and making sure it's darker on the outside and going lighter on the inside and patting these onto the lid, avoiding the area with the line that we want. Now I'm just setting that line with some Coty Airspun. This part was really hard to get on camera, but I am writing 1 and K on the other eye in celebration of hitting 1K on Instagram. Thank you guys so much. It means the world to me. Like, I can't believe that 1,000 individual people watch my or view my like Instagram post and care about it. It's so crazy to me. And what better way to celebrate than literally just writing it on my face? So I'm literally covering up the view this entire time, but you see it after. I'm basically just writing it with concealer, and I'm so happy it came out decent. Now I noticed this wasn't deep enough in the outer V that I wanted it to be, so I'm taking this Almay Plum eyeliner and adding a wing that only stays in the outer V area. I'm not taking it in too far, and I want it like to not really be noticed. I want it to kind of blend in with the eyeshadows because I felt like the purple just didn't stand out enough, which I'm not surprised. Purple is the hardest color to make with pigments and it really only shows up on wet bases, so I thought eyeliner was my way to go, and I'm so glad I did this. I think it made the eyeshadow look so much better. After doing that, cleaning up not just the wing but the eyeshadow with some Tarte Shape Tape, so that I can clean up underneath that line I made with a baby wipe if I need to get rid of any extra eyeshadow. But I already cleaned up as much as I needed to before, luckily, so I was ready going with foundation after this. Next, I'm going with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation in Porcelain and putting this all over my face. I love this foundation. It's the perfect shade for me. I just wish they had like a glowy version because my skin's a little bit dry for matte formulas, but I do it when I want my skin to look glam as hell. I'm also mixing this with the N1 foundation so I can have a little bit of dimension, and also because I was running low on my foundation. And now I am blending this in with my foundation brush. Now that my foundation's done, I'm moving into the Sleek Makeup USA's contouring kit, and I'm using the Cool Toned contouring shade to contour my cheekbones. And make sure to go high above where your actual indent in your cheek is, so that when you blend it, it doesn't drag down your cheekbones. And I'm using this on my nose as well, and I take this down onto my lips and my chin. I do not group contour my forehead because it does not blend into my hairline well, so I just say fuck my forehead and put bronzer on it or whatever. When I have my bangs down, it's even easier because I don't have to put any makeup on my forehead, so. Next, I'm taking my Frida Kahlo dual-ended brush and using the contouring side to contour everything I just laid down. And when I feel like places are too dark or going to, in places that I don't want the contouring shade to be, I'll flip it to the foundation side that still has foundation from earlier on and use that to blend over. After that, I'm going straight into my Shape Tape in Fair and using this to conceal and highlight parts of my face. I love, I feel like my chin goes in too much, so I love just bringing that out. Make sure to highlight the center of your face mainly if you're not so narrow-faced like I am. And I love to do what I did on my mouth there because I have kind of what I call like a sad mouth, it goes down, and I want to bring everything in my face up. So that's exactly what I'm doing by doing that. Remember that when you use the lighter shades, you are practically maneuvering where the light hits, and you can do a lot with that power. After I blended out all my concealer, I'm taking my Coty Airspun Power and Naturally Neutral. I feel like this has the best yellow undertones for me, and using this to bake my face. Sorry for the lighting change. This look took me a couple hours and it was getting dark out. But now I'm going in with some Ardell Faux Mink Wispies. And I think I would have used something more fluffier and more flared out, but I don't really have a lot of lashes at the moment. But I think that this worked out wonderfully too. After wiping away that bake, I'm going in my Hoola bronzer. And it looks a little orange on camera, but I promise you it looks great in real life. I usually go my Physicians Formula bronzer and Fair when I need something a little bit more cool tone for when I'm even paler than this. But with all the hot pink and color and stuff, I want something a little bit more warm toned to just bring some life back in my face. Now I did go in with blush, but it didn't really show up on camera, so I didn't see the point of putting it in here. And I set my face with rose water spray, and I'm going with my Shop Eye Magic highlighter in 02, and oh my god, do you see that glow? I mean, this highlighter works wonders on my skin tone. It might show up a little bit gray when looking face forward on people that are darker than me. It even looks gray on me sometimes, but because it's so light, it's the only thing that always works for my skin tone, and it is so popping. And get this, it's only $7 on Amazon. You guys gotta buy it right now. They have an Instagram, go follow them. You can see me featured on their page if you do. I love their brand. With my Wet n Wild lip liner and Willow, I'm using this to line my lips. I like to go on the vermilion border or even a little bit above just to make my lips look more plump because I really have barely any top lip. And I like to make sure that my Cupid's bow looks rounded instead of so sharp. And using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Lippy in Stripped, and using this to fill my lips. I really wanted something warm toned brown, kind of like my bronzer, to tie together the face look and not clash with the eye look. I really wanted you to focus on the eyes, show off the fact we hit 1K, you see me, you feel me. And even though my front camera is broken, which had the best camera quality, I still have to take some photos for the gram, which is like an arm workout for me, honestly. I hate taking photos with my back camera, and I got to film with a crappy back camera just so the front camera would be better, and now I'm stuck using the crappy back camera. But I'm looking on fixing my front camera soon. I don't know how yet. I don't really have the money yet. But the second I do, everything will be back to normal, so please hang in there with me. I'm really trying to figure something out. I really just don't have any money right now. Like, I really care about the way that my Instagram feed looks, and lately, because it hasn't been looking how I usually like it to be, it's been pretty freaking annoying, but I promise you guys I am trying my best. It annoys me just as much as it annoys you. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is at Snatchel by Ari. I will put all my information in the description box. I was singing in that clip, and you could see that. That's cute.